Love to hear from you. With digital advertising expected to double over the next 3 years, the timing could not be better. Reach out to Mike Rubel, Market President, at 609-910-5249 or visit careers.townsquaremedia.com. Townsquare Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Sports is what we do.
Segura from a knee throws him out.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
The following program is paid for, and the opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, and Pete Thompson. The PT, the Q-Man. We're ready.
What's up, fellas?
Yeah, man. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. By this time in 2 weeks, we'll have real football.
We will be
real
at
football.
Yesterday's.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be great.
For the opening of the 2022 NFL season. I'm psyched. You were down in Baltimore.
Yeah, I was in Baltimore last night working the Ravens Commanders game. So that was the Commander. I got to be careful.
Yeah, that's
Commanders
a good pause.
game.
That's a good pause.
Commanders game.
Right.
So that was good. And then driving back, I was listening to the recap of the Eagles Dolphins.
Okay.
Crazy game. So
yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Lot to talk about
with you because we'll get into it. But I want to address with you the lack of tackling in the NFL. It's not just exclusive to the Eagles. It's
everywhere. It's everywhere.
But it's because they don't even hit in practice.
They don't hit. If you don't hit in practice, how are you going to be a good tackler in the game?
And you know what? You hear people saying, the September is going to be the actual preseason. You know what? If it's a tight race, you want to get the early wins. They're just as important as the late wins.
Yeah, Billy, good point. You want to steal some wins in September, and it's going to be to the best prepared tackling, blocking, and assignments in the first 3 games. Yes,
and I know it's not how you start; it's how you finish, PT. But wouldn't you agree that it is important to get off on the right foot and establish that this team is a good team in the NFL?
I think it's huge to get off to a good start. I also think they addressed this during the broadcast last night, and I'll try my best to line this up into the StreamYard for you.
Lions 3-13-1.
Right. This is the records of the first 4 opponents last season that the Eagles play this year.
They have the second easiest schedule in the league.
I mean, the Lions were 3-13-1, the Vikings were 8-9, the Commanders were 7-10, and the Jaguars were 3-14. Now, you have to think, and Brad and I have been watching Hard Knocks, the Lions are going to be better. The Jaguars are going to be better now that they actually have a legitimate NFL coach in Doug Peterson, and they know what the hell they're doing. The Vikings, the Commanders, right? The Ginger Jesus is down there, Carson Wentz, right?
I was talking to Carson last night. I was talking to you. I miss it. The Holy Tomato. We miss you at the Holy Tomato in Mulligan Hill.
So you have to think those teams will be better. And that said, to what your point is, too, by the way, congratulations to Brian Orapollo, who won the trip, the Philly sports trip. Yeah, so he gets to go down there.
Jackson didn't win.
Tom Jackson texted me, and he's like, hey, PT, I'm running late. If I win, pretend you're me. I'm thinking, I'm pretty good. I'm a good actor, but I don't think I can do that. Oh, and before I forget, happy birthday to the piano man. The guy that listens to us before he has to go into church. His name is Rick Dekarsky.
Oh, okay.
Teaches piano, plays piano and organ.
But listens to us before he gets into
big time. Yeah, he would do it in church, but he figures that, the pastor would be up there talking, and he'd start laughing.
A little kid in 6th grade. You remember the transistor?
Oh, yeah, the one earpiece in.
In the beginning of the spring training for Phillies baseball, you'd run the ear cord up your shirt so the teacher couldn't see it.
That's right.
And then sit in class like this with your hand over your ear.
The memories of our youth. Absolutely.
All right, so we got a lot of Eagles to go over. We'll do that in the second hour. But first, guys, let's talk about our Philadelphia Phillies, please.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
I am super excited right now. The 90% chance they get into the playoffs, PT.
Not only that, they're on a roll. Okay, they're looking great. Everybody is contributing, and now finally, I'm seeing what I want to see, which is the attendance go up.
Yeah.
Gil and I screamed on Friday's show that if that attendance didn't start with a 3, we've got a problem, and it did. It just was over 30,000 last night. 37,000,
really good on a
which is
Saturday.
great.
right? And today is the JT Real Muto book bag, like the backpack
the
giveaway.
giveaways. Chotsky's, everyone giveaways.
But it looks like a chest protector.
Sundays
You
are
need one in Philly.
Right.
You need one in Philly.
Sundays are always big audiences anyway, big crowds anyway. I would expect this number to start with a 4
But
today,
PT,
believe it or not.
why do you think it took so long for it to?
They didn't.
I mean,
people
They're
were skeptical.
all down here. Number 1, it's hot.
Yeah,
you know,
they're at the shore, right?
The Reds, look, the Pirates aren't really going to draw them in either. Another encouraging thing, did you guys see last night? Jeans, right?
Yeah, Gene Sikora.
Yeah,
up
in 302, they were all wearing like denims.
One guy had a suspender.
Yeah, he basically looked like former Ted.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But that's cool. When Gene hit that double, he acknowledged him. He turned around and pointed up that reminds me of like the Padilla Flotilla at the vet back in the day, or the Wolf Pack that used to be up there way back in the day. I mean, that to me is the secret sauce that the Phillies have been missing. Get that 18 to 26-year-old age group excited
that's fun
again.
Stuff that goes on in the ballpark.
Yeah, that's
when
part of
you're
it.
winning, it's contagious. The players feel it. The fans are juiced. The players feel the juice from the fans.
But it's like PT said, that younger generation are missing.
Yeah, right.
They need, because the game, let's face it, baseball's a slow game. You need that younger generation to do things like that.
That's
fun.
because of winning.
Winning helps. Winning helps.
All right, ready for this? They are 50-26 since interim manager Robbie Thompson took over. Now, Q, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You're a former player. Does the coach, the manager, we talked a little bit about it before the show started. Does it mean that much?
It must be. I think here's what I don't think. I think he was just playing the younger guys. I think the change in the messaging was different. But
definitely the message.
The messaging is different. But they're all professional athletes, and you want to feel the ball, hit the ball, run to the bases, and play. But
what's Robbie Thompson doing different?
What changed?
What's he doing different than Joe?
I
think he's playing younger guys. He's playing the younger guys.
Other than the fact that Joe Girardi, he was probably stressing them out, and he was probably they were tight because of Joe. Would you agree with that?
So to his younger guys comment, yes, I think they were extremely tight because they thought one mistake is going to get them out of the lineup and they're done. The other thing that I think Rob Thompson's done better than Joe Girardi is the way he's handled the bullpen, and the bullpen has responded in kind.
Okay.
You know, it helps that, look, it's not Joe Girardi's fault that he got the bad Jose Alvarado. It's not Girardi's fault that Sir Anthony Dominguez wasn't Sir Anthony Dominguez. Thompson has been the benefit of that, and picking up David Robertson, who's essentially another closer for them. I mean, that allows everybody to slot into their roles. But when we talk to Tommy Greene at the bottom of the hour for our On the Mound segment with Tommy Greene, brought to you by Aaron Bada's GSF Fitness, we will find out from him how, he says it all the time, established roles, and you, Billy, always go back to that 2008 year where the bridge to Lidge.
Yeah.
Scott Ayer told us that last week. Anytime you as an athlete you walk into the facility and know this is what's going to be expected of me, and I fall into a pattern. Athletes love habit, pattern, repetition. Love that stuff.
Yeah, so when you want to show up and what do I have to do? Everything.
So right now, the Phillies are 72-55. They're 2.5 games above the Padres in the wild card, and they're what? 5.5 over the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yep, 5.5 over Milwaukee. It's beginning to feel like finally they're going to get back to the postseason for the first time since 2011. Look, Kyle Gibson was really good last night too.
Gibson, man, he pitched
7
really
innings,
well.
6 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts on 103 pitches. The guy was a gamer.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Sure. He's been in the league for 10 years. He's only been in the postseason once, and he only made 1 appearance as a reliever.
Wow.
So he's hungry.
Yeah, he's hungry.
I'll tell you, he's really hungry.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
Segura's never been to the postseason.
Yeah, he's never been. He's
always
been a good player for Milwaukee, right? He was with Milwaukee. He was with, who else was he?
We talking Gibson or Segura?
Sirianni.
That's the second hour. Segura. Yeah, he's been with a bunch of teams. But, he's never been to the postseason before.
Brad, when you go you've been in two cities. You got drafted by the Jets,
Yep.
and you were in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Diamondbacks, Mariners, Phillies, Segura. Well, actually, Angels, Brewers, Diamondbacks, Mariners, Phillies.
And first postseason. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
What do you think about? I mean, does that?
It's got to get there first.
You got to get there.
Yeah.
They'll get there.
But I mean, getting traded like that from place to place. Now you didn't really move that much, but other players. Does that? What's that do for a player's psyche? I mean, you just have to find his right niche.
You find your niche. It matters if you have a family and you got kids and your school system and new housing and stuff like that. But people
don't realize that.
Yeah, that's the whole environment. Yeah, especially baseball, because it's a full season and you got to live there the whole time. And where's my wife want to live? Where the kids go to school? And so on and so forth. And then what kind of environment? What's the clubhouse like?
I got some more stats for you there, Billy.
I'm a stats
guy.
No,
you were good with your 50 and 26 for Rob Thompson taking over Joe Girardi. They're 2-0 with Bryce Harper back in the lineup. They went 32-2, 32-20, without Harper in there, which is amazing. Right. You want to tread water, and they did well more than that. And then their odds have risen above 90% for them making the playoffs. So Gibson, he's been there. You talked about that. One relief appearance for the Twins way back in 2019 in game 1 of an ALDS. Yes. But, the line is this. There isn't an active pitcher in all of baseball who started more regular season games than Gibson, 255, without getting the ball for a postseason
We got
start.
We got a great show lined up today. We're going to be talking with Tommy Greene, as Pete alluded to. We do it every Sunday throughout the baseball season. And what's really going to be challenging for us, Pete, is the Eagles start, but the Phillies are relevant.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue with Tommy Greene through September.
Sure, we have to.
You
absolutely have to. Yeah, we'll squeeze them.
That's a violation.
And then, of course,
September 1st, no more baseball.
Except if it's the hunt
no
for
more
October.
baseball.
If you got playoffs, man, come on.
It's football season.
So, and then, of course, we'll be at yesterday's for all the 1:00 games throughout the football season, Eagle season, and we're looking forward to that. At the bottom of the second hour, we'll talk with the general manager of yesterday's, Chuck Thompson. I was in there last night.
No relation.
And the TVs
everywhere.
They're clear. They're beautiful TVs. They're huge.
Nice.
High definition, right?
Yeah, man. Modern TV, right? I'm watching a little square TV.
Are the wings good? That's all I care about. Are the wings and the beer cold? That's it.
Wings good,
So
beer
that's
cold.
it.
Check.
We got a great show lined up. The first hour of the locker was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, from the shore to center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Now, this is good because I've been telling you all summer long about my winter watchdog. I've had a couple emails, people asking me how to get in touch with Debbie McGonigal. Now's the time to prepare because the snowbirds are going to be leaving. It's almost the end of summer, Q.
Yeah, summer's over.
All right, so let my winter watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They have a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869, or send Debbie an email, Debbie@mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more Phillies talk right here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, and Brad Quast on 97.3 ESPN.
South Jersey's football station has the Eagles covered. Get all the latest inside information.
are struggling, but not Springfield, Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
40 new Outlanders in stock now.
An entire fleet of new and pre-owned.
New Mitsubishis from just 17 grand.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Every vehicle, one dime down.
At the all-new Springfield, Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
In Pleasantville.
They service all makes and models.
Springfield, MitsubishiAC.com. Springfield, MitsubishiAC.com.
New 22 Mirage, 16 Ford, 9 down, $249 a month for 72 months at 3% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
It was like the cavalry came marching in on Friday night when Bryce Harper returns from his thumb injury. The electricity in the stadium queue,
standing ovation, and then what's he do? What's a gamer do?
And then he gets a hit.
Gets a hit.
Contributes to his first game back.
Yeah, he
and
looked
you
good.
know what brought smiles to his face, PT?
What's that? The
When
fact that he got a hit?
Yeah,
Oh,
Does
Come
Bryce
on
Harper? He shows emotion.
He's a big moment guy.
Yeah.
You know,
He really
he's a
is.
red light player.
Yeah.
He understands the moment. You know, it was killing him to be out as long as he was. I think he missed, I want to say 52 games that he missed.
Now remember,
it was
he came
either
back ahead of
52 days
schedule.
or 52
He
games.
came back ahead of schedule. He was supposed to be back September 1st, so maybe like a week.
Now, did you see what the Pirates did last night?
What's that?
Did you see what they did last night after what he did on Friday night?
No.
Last night they said, you know what we're going to do? We just won't even pitch to you. 2 on, 2 out, first base open. The Phillies were already up 5-0. Derek Shelton, the Pirates manager, puts up the 4.
Yeah, we're
not even going to pitch to that guy.
He's back.
Talk
That's
about
respect.
Sixth
respect.
inning. Yeah, put up the 4.
See, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
That got boozed from the
Of course they
37,105.
should. The fans came there to see him hit,
Yeah,
right?
well, they took the bat right at
That's
it.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Come on.
that's-
Be competitive.
Dude, talk about leadership. What's it mean? Like when you have that type of that personal inspirational magnitude on a team.
But
The
with Bryce coming
magnitude of
back,
that.
yeah, everyone's got a little bit of a step in there. They want to be the clubhouse. They're getting batting practice earlier, and then
There's
the
a spring
crowd.
in everybody's
There's a
step,
spring
right?
in everyone's step. It's good. You got your leader back.
Right.
You got your leader back.
PT. I mean, just the crowd went nuts. Now,
Yeah,
what
they did.
did you? What's the last game you attended?
I was just up there last Saturday, remember. I went to the second of the 2 Mets games. They had that day-night doubleheader, and then I went to the one that they actually won. So by the time we got to last Monday, that's where we were ticked off because they lost that 10-9 game where Bohm had hit 2 3-run home runs and everything.
Okay.
You know, well, nothing's going to ease the pain or put the salve on those wounds better than a sweep of the Reds and now potentially today a sweep of the Pirates.
PT, what's the attendance under over today?
I think it's
What's it?
I actually
Sold out.
No, I don't know about sellout, but it'll be damn close because here's sellout's like 44 something.
Okay.
They had 37 last night.
Yep.
They had 30. They had just over 30 on Friday night. Now earlier in the week, like remember, I was up there on Saturday for that Mets game. Earlier in the week, like when they played the Reds on, I think Tuesday, they had like 19,000.
Okay,
It was
so-
like their lowest
Yeah.
attendance of the season. I think with the book bag giveaway, the JT Real Muto backpack giveaway,
40K,
I think
they'll
the
get
fact
40.
that it's a Sunday, I
Yeah.
absolutely think I'm talking like 40, 41,
Okay,
something like
all right.
that, maybe
I'm
42. And
Over 40.
that's great. You know, it's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
feel,
good to see.
It's going to feel like a full house. 135 today. It's Noah Syndergaard, who, by the way, is unbeaten since he's
3-0.
joined the Phillies. Noah Syndergaard against Roansy Contreras. Rolls off the tongue, doesn't it,
Yeah, it
Billy?
does.
See, this is why I get pumped up.
What's that?
September, you got baseball, you got football, college football,
College
pro
football.
Doug,
You know,
college
the
football.
weather's great, the water's warm, the waves.
This is
get
when the
big.
shore's the best
This is
right
the
now.
best.
This is the best time right now. I
Chili
love
bites.
it. I love
By
it.
the way,
days
Billy,
and
609-403-0973, the text message board. Dan,
Oh,
Is it like
Dan.
Dan's always coming in.
Guess what?
he doesn't even need to wait for the number
I
anymore.
love
'cause he's a
Dan.
regular
What's
listener.
Dan's text?
He said something that gets overlooked is the very difficult schedule the Phillies had in the beginning of the season under Girardi. They played the Mets 10 times in that first month,
Wow.
not to a lot of success.
Now
either.
they're 5-13. They were
So
5-13.
Dan brings up
5
a
and
good point.
14.
5-14 against the Mets. That
Yeah.
killed them.
Yeah.
You know, that reminds me of a few years ago when we were teetering around the playoffs and the Marlins. We couldn't beat the Marlins.
Yeah, Marlins was their
And, you know,
Achilles heel.
Like you take just 6 wins away from the Marlins, and we would have made the playoffs.
Isn't it amazing though that you have a 3-game series here and road trip, and then at the end of the year it's so close. It gets down to
one of the
one
things
game
I
here,
remember
two
right
games.
after we started the second half, I remember John Kruk saying something about, I just hope that Cubs series doesn't come back and bite them in the ass.
That's right.
Because remember, they got swept out by the lowly Cubs who weren't playing for anything. Billy, how often in modern Phillies talk do we get to bring up the name Marty Bystrom?
Not often.
Right?
But he was a very.
But I talked to you a little bit about this during the break, that no Phillies rookie has ever had a bigger impact as a September call-up than Marty Bystrom. They were a game behind the Expos in the NL East when he made his major league debut September 7th, 1980. He started 3 days later, had a 5-hit shutout to beat the Mets. They went 16-8. The Phillies did the rest of the way. They won the division. You're talking about close, Brad. They won the division that year by 1 game, and Bystrom was a key player. He was 5-0 with a 1.50 ERA in 6 appearances. He pitched Game 5 of the NLCS. That's that unbelievable Houston series that some people call the greatest playoff series ever, and Game 5 of the World Series. Now, why am I bringing all this up, Brad Quast?
Why is that?
Because is there going to be like a Bystrom moment this September? And
I think there is. And who's it going to be?
Well, it could be one of the three amigos: Andrew Painter, Mick Abel, Griff McGarry.
I think it's going to be Griff.
They're only in single A, right?
They're in double A.
Double A now. But they spent most of the summer.
Here's the thing: the rules changed back before when Marty Bystrom was around. You call up anybody and everybody that was on the 40-man roster.
But I believe
now you can.
Triple A.
My point is that you could call up anybody on the 40.
Right.
Now you only get 2 call-ups, and only one of them can be a pitcher. So already, this is Todd Zalecki who's doing the digging for us, but he's been sniffing around a little bit. And so, like Dabrowski already said on Thursday, we're more apt to call up the people who have been here. For example, Sir Anthony is scheduled to come off the injured list next week. That's an automatic ad. Well, yeah, you're going to put Sir Anthony Dominguez back on to your roster. Now you only have 1 spot, right? And look, Dabrowski's done it before. Andrew Miller pitched for the Tigers in 2006. Josh Beckett pitched for the Marlins in 2001, although the Marlins were not contenders. But, I mean, they've brought people up like that before. And the reason I say this is because with Zach Wheeler on the 15-day IL, if that lingers, maybe they need to dip in.
Do we get the results of his MRI? Did he get an MRI?
He has right forearm tendonitis. Yeah.
Is that something, Q-man? I mean, that's not. That's
I haven't pitched in the major. So
tendonitis is that?
It's a nagging thing. It's not. It's like
it's a soft tissue thing.
Your tendonitis is your tendons are strained.
Right.
It's too much work. That's what it is. So time off and modern medicine.
Real quick before we get to Tommy Greene, I'm making an observation.
That's the guy to ask about the.
Yeah, ask him, right? I think he's got a few.
Just making an observation. Just maybe about a month ago, when the Phillies were having a hard time scoring runs, I looked at the batting averages collectively, and it was 245.
Yeah, you couldn't find anybody above 300, right?
No, couldn't find anybody above 250.
Yeah, that's
now
not
you
good.
look up and down. I'm seeing 268, 293, 272, 319, 287.
What's Segura? Where is he?
287.
How do you like that? And where is he now in the batting order?
Well, he batted what, 6 last night?
8th.
Yeah.
How awesome is that? If your 8 hitter is hitting 285,
Stott's range is average like by 30 points.
Yeah. Well, Stott had, and guess who helped him? Gene Segura. I thought we talked about this last week, where Segura pulled him aside and said that his stride was causing him to take his head off the baseball.
We didn't address that.
Oh, well, it was in my head. I should have come out.
Right.
Yeah, but so Gene Segura really helped Bryson Stott break out of his slump.
Success, like with they're getting right now. They're getting timely hitting and solid pitching.
That's a good comment. Listen, it's contagious,
and they're playing some bad teams.
It's contagious. So
but you know that
they're all professionals.
You got to beat the teams.
You got to beat the teams you're supposed to. But it's contagious. Bryce is back in the lineup, and everyone's got hitting the ball, and it's kind of it's a rally thing.
But see, he said they're playing. Pete just said they're playing horrible teams. Yeah, that's true. But how many years in the past we like lose 2 games that we needed to a stinky team? But now we're winning these games.
But you still got to face major league pitching and still make the plays. So, but yeah, you're right. They're not facing.
Last night, John Kruk talked in the post-game show about how John Vukovich and Larry Boa used to say to him, like when they were facing a team they knew they were going to beat, he'd be like, "Get on them early, boys. Get on them early." Yeah. They've scored 11 first-inning runs. They've now allowed none over their last 8 games. They're 7-1 in those contests. Come out, put a crooked number on the board, put a number on the board. The
What
fact that they put up 3 in the first and 2 in the second and 1 in the third, by the time they got to the top of the fourth inning, the game was basically over.
Yeah, you want them to go to the bullpen as quick as they can and get the third, fourth pitcher going.
609-403-0973 is the text board. You want to chime in. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, home buyers, sellers. What are you laughing at?
You.
All right. Lenders. What do
You'd think you'd have these memorized by now.
Well, no, you know what? I was reaching for something.
I could tell.
See, he just interrupted me.
Oh, boy.
Real estate agents. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts to help you through the entire process from contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the main line, located minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize at the end of the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy being called a Maserati. Maserati, the mainline, also leads the nation's certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the mainline, offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at RDS Auto Group at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online at motml.com. When we return, we'll talk with Tommy Greene. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, and Pete Thompson right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This weekend on ESPN Radio.
cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go to the gallery. Go to Ocean. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, guys, we're back in the locker room. 97.3 ESPN. Billy Schwein, Brad Quast, and PT. Now, this time every Sunday throughout baseball. And thank God the Phillies are winning because we got a lot to talk about through August and September for the first time in a while.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's the hunt for Red October.
It's On the Mound with Tommy Greene, brought to you by
Aaron Bada's Golf and Sports Performance Club. Call 609-788-4661 or visit gsfitness.com for your free assessment.
Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in the man himself, Tommy Greene. Good morning, T. Greene.
What's up, Tommy?
Billy, how y'all doing, man?
What's up?
We're having a party here in the locker room.
I hear you.
Hey, Tommy, it is so fun, so much fun to watch our Phillies and have Bryce Harper back in the lineup and the stands full in August, late August.
Well, I tell you, I mean, it's the right time for us to get healthy, to get our big guy back and get him going for the push here in September, because we need him to get get going a little bit and you see some pitches and get back in the swing of things a little, as they would say, a little bit, and he chimes in right off the bat, a couple hits, couple runs, and being productive, and that's what the Phillies are doing right now. They're just, right now, the last few series they've jumped out on a couple on these games and held the league and scored some runs, and that's all you can ask for, man.
Now, let's hope those are the slowdown strips, not the rumble strips.
So, hey, T. Greene, we were talking. It's a little bittersweet. We get Harper back, but then we lose our ace in Zach Wheeler. We were talking about tendonitis. Can you explain to us what tendonitis is to a pitcher?
Well, I tell you, I mean, I've never had it really in my elbow. I don't know. I'm not sure where he has it at. If it's in the back,
right forearm. They said right forearm,
or whatever, the right forearm. If it's on the inside or it's on top, towards the outside of the elbow at the top of the forearm. I don't know. I mean, I've sort of had it there a little bit, but the times I had it was in my shoulder. I had biceps tendonitis, which was, I tell you what, I'd lay down at night and I could feel my heartbeat in it. It was. I mean, when it got bad, when it was real hot. You had to shut it down. I went to I couldn't, till you lose your command a little bit, you lose your feel, you're hurt, so I know I don't think it got to that point to him, but it started bothering him, because what it is inflammation of the tendon, I guess. I mean, it's not that it's really injured, but you possibly could injure it, and it inflames and it tells you to slow down. You might need to take a little bit of time off. And that's what tendonitis is. If it's, it's probably a 10-day to 2-week type thing that you have to let it calm down, get the alley out of there. And then in the meantime, once you got to start strengthening it back up a little bit and do your steps, your progression to get back going again. It's a couple week thing, 2 or 3 week thing, I think, totally, if it's a bad case.
We're talking with Tommy Greene. It's On the Mound with Tommy Greene. Tommy Greene, at the beginning of the year, Zach Wheeler started off with a little shoulder stiffness, I guess it was.
Right.
And then he threw, 200 innings last year. He's up to 139 this year, so he could be not wearing down. But, I mean, I wonder if that injury, tendonitis, could lead to something bigger if he doesn't.
Well, I mean, you could always look. Pitching's not a natural act, guys, and there's a lot of pressure on your joints, your shoulder, your elbow, and your lower back and everything else. I mean, there's a lot of things that happen, in your throwing motion, that puts a lot of stress on your joints. So, it's an accumulative type thing. Some guys are more susceptible, I think, than others. I mean, body types and stuff like that, but all pitchers go on. I mean, if they said they haven't never really read through anything, I think they're lying to you, So, I mean, you're going to have your little alleys and stuff that go on, but the key thing is diagnosing it right and taking care of it. And there's some things you can kind of work through, and there's some things you got to take the week off, let it calm down a little bit. But for him, I mean, I think with the short spring training and stuff like that, the cumulative innings last year, I mean, you have to take care of yourself during the off season and do your progression. And when you try to start ramping up during spring training, when you got a short spring training and stuff like that, no matter, it's a psychological thing too. You're trying to tell yourself not to push it, not to rush it, but you go out there, the adrenaline gets going a little bit. You tend to kind of overstep the boundary a little bit, which make your body says, whoa, wait a minute, and it reacts. So some of that can happen too. I think, it could be a case of that this spring too with him, with his shoulder the way it was.
To your point, Tommy Greene, our guest here for his weekly On the Mound segment, brought to you by Aaron Bada's Golf and Sports Performance Club. To your point, Wheeler did say, Tommy, that he did kind of push it a little bit. He went through his normal routine. He had a bullpen session after the Mets game, and then he sort of pushed it to make that Friday start, and that's where he started to get the pain. He's supposed to only miss 2 scheduled starts, one against the Pirates, who they're playing right now, and the D-backs. So
and he's traveling with the team.
He's traveling with the team. He's going to keep getting treatment. Hopefully they think they're going to have him back September 6th against the Marlins. I want to talk to you, Tommy, about today's pitcher, and that's Noah Syndergaard, right? I mean, perfect 3-0 so far since joining the Phillies. What has Caleb Cotham and the Phillies done for Noah Syndergaard to bring him out and bring him into the Phillies fold?
Well, I tell you, it's pretty much the status quo with him. It's he just needs to keep pitching. He's relearning his, body, so to speak, in live action and game situation, because he had a big surgery and had some setbacks during that surgery, and you never know how that's going to impact a guy of him. His nature, he was a hard-throwing, high 90s guy. Now he's pitching a little differently from, he's anywhere from 92, 93 to 95, which is still plenty enough to pitch, but he's using that sinker. Using the sinker, but the key to the sinker is down in the zone. So I think when he has his trouble, if he has any trouble, he's up, more in the middle of the dead, not up about thigh high more. And that's what guys get in trouble with the sinker. But if they're down a little bit, he's going to get you those ground balls, and he starts pounding the zone like he is, staying out of the middle of the plate. He's giving us quality outings right now that exactly what we need. We need the innings. If he gives us 7 innings, that's outstanding.
Yeah.
That's all I'm looking for him.
4-0 now. I said 3-0. He's 4-0 now, and he's gone 7 innings his last 2 starts. His first game was that rain-shortened 5-inning game against Washington where he went 5, then he went 6 against Miami, 7 at the Reds, 7 at home against the Reds, and, of course, we're hoping for 7 or more today against the Pirates. So Billy was asking you about Bryce Harper and his impact coming back. Just looking at the offense, and we talked about this before you jumped on, Gene Segura reached base 3 times in his first 3 at-bats for a number 8 hitter last night. How great is that to have Gene Segura and his 285 or 287 average in the 8-hole? That ought to tell you how strong the Phillies lineup has a possibility to be now that Harper's back and everything slots in.
Well, you're hitting it on the head like that a little bit. What Harper does with that lineup, he helps get pitches for the other guys, because he's that danger factor more so, say to speak, just because of recognition who he is, with the chance he's got to hurt you on every pitch. He tends to get Harper, get Baum. He's going to get Baum, and he's going to catch Realmuto, whoever's hitting behind him. Chances to get pitches up in the zone, maybe a little bit more, the pitcher more aggressive with those hitters, and give them a chance to make good contact. And then when you got to put guys in the 8th hole. Who do you got to put? Oh man, to have Segura down there to get a chance to turn the lineup over, get guys on and push and get back to the top of that lineup. Now to get Schwarber up there with men on. A chance for him to pop one. We just got to get him hot again. Right now he's kind of been scuffling a little bit, for the last, 3 weeks. I think he said that what I saw, that he's hit 1 home run in 3 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, but the one he hit was almost over the damn batter's eye.
Well, I know. But the danger is there. When you start getting runners on base, pitchers, especially, you got a man on first and third, and they're trying to quicken up and maybe keep the guy from stealing the base or something like that. they leave a ball up in the zone, that's when he can do damage, when they try to get a little quick. So things happen when runners get on base. It causes a little chaos a little bit, especially when you got speed that people can run.
Tommy Greene's with us on the mound with Tommy Greene each and every Sunday here on the Locker Room on 97.3 ESPN. We talked about this a little bit off the air, Tommy, but I'll ask it on the air about the fact that the Phillies might have a September call-up of a pitcher. Sir Anthony Dominguez probably going to take one of those spots. The factor of this, I mean, everybody's keeping an eye on Painter and Abel and Griff McGarry, Andrew Painter, McAbel, Griff McGarry. The reality is they probably do want to keep those guys in Double-A, but I had forgotten about this, and I'll let you put your GM hat on for a minute, Tommy. I've promoted you. You're the GM, right? Kyle Gibson is a free agent after this season. The Phillies and Zach Eflin have a mutual option. It seems unlikely that both will be back. You can only pick one. Who do you pick?
Well, I tell you right now, as much as I like Eflin, it's hard to hang your hat on him being there for you throughout the year. Gibson right now is doing a good enough job and giving you the outings and stuff, especially now. He's pitching real well right now. I could see them hanging on, to Gibson, maybe trying to do something like that. But it all depends on what they do this offseason, or do the rest of the season, how far they get, what they do, how far the progress goes with these kids, and to finish up this season where they're at. There's nothing wrong with if that kid is in Double-A, he's 20, 21 years old, and he's locating and doing what he needs to do at Double-A. There's no reason why he's got the stuff to pitch in the big leagues. It's about confidence and repeating what you're doing down there. Staying out of the middle of the plate, his stuff plays up in the big league. It's all about him making pitches here, and there's plenty of guys that's come from Double-A to the big leagues. The Braves used to do it all the time back in the day. They make jumps like that. They bypass AAA, so it all depends on the kid, the makeup of the kid. Do they think he's ready? That's left up to evaluators of the organization to help make that call if they feel like the kid's ready. Do they give him a call up, or I don't know how the rules are right now. I didn't study them that much to know about call ups. I know back in the day, a lot of times they would bring them up just to let them be around the atmosphere to get kind of oriented with it a little bit back in the day. But now it's a little bit different. What they worry about service time and all that kind of stuff. They've changed the rules so much in the past few years. I have no clue. But but it's going to be interesting with that.
Well,
I wish Eflin all the luck, but it's hard to. He's a great. I think he'd be a very serviceable guy if he's healthy.
That's the tough part, staying healthy. We've got timely hitting, and we've getting good pitching in the last 20 outings since August 7th. Phillies starters have combined for a 2.99 ERA. That's pretty good.
Well, you can't beat that. That's all you can ask for your pitchers to keep give you offense the chance to where one swing of the bat makes a difference. You're not giving up a bunch of runs and stuff like that. And with what we've been doing lately offensively, we've been jumping out and doing things and scoring some runs, scoring 5 or 6 runs a game, 7 runs a game. You got to win those games. You start scoring 5 runs a game, you got to win them. So.
All right, Tommy Greene, we always love hearing from you. Phillies baseball, 135 against the Pirates at the Citizens Bank Park. Tommy, as always, we thank you, and we'll talk to you again next week.
See you later, Tommy. Say hello to Wendy for me.
You got it,
See you, buddy.
man. You got it.
See you.
All right, take care, Tommy Greene. That's how made Tommy Greene.
Tommy Greene on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline. On the Mound with Tommy Greene is brought to you by
Aaron Bada's Golf and Sports Performance Club. Call 609-788-4661 or visit gsfitness.com for your free assessment. He had a picture. Wendy, you mentioned Wendy, Brad.
Yeah.
I had a picture up last night or the other night of Tommy at the ballpark, and there was a little girl. Could have been more than like a year and a half. She was a tiny kid, right? But or maybe 2. She was just staring at Tommy like, wow.
Tommy's a good man.
He says it was the shirt, but I think it was Jethro, man.
He's a good man.
She just was like,
Tommy.
She was like, wow, that's a big guy.
All right, the first hour,
I always have fun with Tommy Greene.
Yeah, he is a good man. All right, the first hour of the locker was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers, lenders, real estate agents, brokers, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey, PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Just about everybody has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, and Brad Quast right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The best way to wake up is with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings at 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
In Pleasantville, they service all makes and models.
Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com. Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com.
New 22 Mirage 16 Ford, 9 down, $249 a month for 72 months at 3% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back. Hey, 609-403-0973 is the text board. 403-0973. You want to chime in and get involved in the conversation? Love to have your comments,
some feedback,
questions,
some feedback.
Yeah, we got one here that says, why is Segura not the leadoff hitter? Schwarber should be in the 6 hole behind JT and in front of Castellanos. And then the same person texted back and said their ideal lineup would be Segura leading off, Harper in the 2 hole, Bohm 3, Hoskins 4, JT 5, Schwarber 6, Castellanos 7, Stott 8, and then the combination of Marsh and or Veerling in the 9 hole. It's a fair question.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't like it. You like that, PT?
Harper up at 2.
No, you can't have that.
I like Harper at 3.
He's got to be at 3.
Yeah,
it's your best. Yeah, it got to be at 3.
Although Harper was in cleanoff on Friday night. What was he last night?
We talked about creatures of habit. Kyle Schwarber's been at the number 1 for the whole year. Why?
I think batting order is so mentally to those guys. Like they have a certain profile you got to fit to the the lead off, the second hitter, third hitter. That's what they're saying. So it's a mental thing with these guys.
But don't you? I mean,
Bryce Harper was in the cleanup spot again last night. Each of the first 2 games he's been back, it's been Schwarber, Hoskins, Bohm, Harper, Real Muto, Castellanos, Stott, Segura, Marsh. I'll say this, that we thought, Gil and I talked on Friday, and we thought that Harper was going to slide into his traditional 3 spot. But that speaks volumes about Alec Bohm and what he's been doing. And he was not going to cover. He was 1 for 4 again last night. He's up to 293.
Hitting streak now.
Alec Bohm has been real hot, including the game. I mean, they didn't win the game, but the one where they lost to the Mets and he had the 2 3-run home runs. I mean, the guy, he's what is he? He's 11 for his last 24 in his last 7 days. So his last week with 11 for 24, 6 runs scored, 9 RBI, the couple of home runs, a couple of walks. The guy is steadily improved since that point earlier in the season where he said, I hate this bleeping place.
All right, listen, in the last 10 games, Bermuda, 6 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 9 RBIs in 10 games. It's pretty good.
No, he's seeing.
Not going to cover up the ball.
Yeah, he's seeing the ball.
Yeah,
they say he's seeing the ball.
All right, hour number 1 in the books.
One quick.
Hour 2, Q. We're going to go up your wheelhouse and
What's
talk
that?
Eagles football.
Oh, I got a lot. I got a lot to talk about the Eagles.
Last night they got their butts kicked.
How many people are jumping off the bandwagon or the boat right now?
Everybody realized
that whooping.
Yeah, that didn't matter.
I know.
But it did piss me off.
It did.
Not gonna lie about that.
Also, hour 2, we'll talk with the general manager of yesterday's Creekside Tavern. Where
I can't wait. That's gonna be a great. I can't wait for the season to start.
All the 1:00 Eagles games will be in the 3-point stance at yesterday's Creekside Tavern in Marmora. Come on down and see us. Hour 2 ahead of us. It's a locker with Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, Brad Quast, right here on 97.3 ESPN and the mobile app.
Hey, I'm Pete Thompson.
And I'm Billy Schwein.
Now listen, Billy, I know you're an Ocean City guy, but that's a dry town, right? Where are you going to go if you want to wet your whistle?
Red 83.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, Brad Quast. Eagles season is upon us. The preseason finished last night. Eagles against the Dolphins. And,
Thank goodness. Thank
Eagles
goodness.
got waxed last night, but none of the
Don't jump off the Walt Whitman.
I'm not jumping off the Walt Whitman.
A lot of people, our listeners.
It's a preseason.
I know.
Nobody cares. Listen,
And it was their ones against our twos.
See, okay.
That's key.
Not one starter dressed. Not even dressed.
I know, but you still need depth to make it through the season. You need depth.
I agree.
So you need backup. So that's what it proved. The ones were better than our twos, a lot better. And I just didn't like the way they didn't tackle. They didn't tackle and block.
All right, so that's
the Eagles had more than 24 healthy scratches, mostly comprised of the entrenched starters and veterans. The only remnants of their presumed regular season active roster were the young guys like Jordan Davis, Jacoby Dean, Davian Taylor, who played linebacker. So Davian Taylor is a concern for me, guys.
He's requested. I said that to Josh yesterday on the show.
He's a concern for me.
Yeah. Oh, I said I read an article. I read a couple articles, and they pointed out the same thing that you just said. He's struggling.
Yeah, he's struggling.
He's a second-round pick, right?
He's struggling.
Jacoby Dean is a rookie, so if Tua sucks him in right on a play action thing, he's a rookie. You expect that. This is year 3 for Davion Taylor. And look, I understand that it was Tua and Tyreek Hill that they had to account for, like that first opening play. It took 4 plays for them to go and
but Q's a linebacker. Q. He didn't play that much high school football.
No, I know.
He didn't play any high school football. Maybe he's just taking a little while. You don't get that much time. You got Jacoby Dean now.
But what's happening? He's struggling mentally with the playbook. That's what's keeping him.
You have to react, right? You, as a linebacker, you react. I mean, you're taught what to do, but you have to have linebacker.
Yeah, I know, but when you don't know what you're doing, line up and motions and zone, taking your zone drops and your fills, filling in the correct gap.
Right.
You think, and then you can't react. It's a mental.
That's what I'm saying. It's just it's innate, right? You gotta.
It's innate, but if you're thinking too much about where you're supposed to line up and where you're going to be and the formation and
plus he's undersized, right, Pete?
But he's playing well though, so it's irrelevant. He's like another safety,
right? And keep in mind, neither Jacoby Dean or Davion Taylor are going to play significant snaps in week 1. That's not where they're going. They picked up Kaiser White. Remember,
he's playing
that. Well, he had the great pick against the Jets. He walked right in front of that ball. Kaiser White's an established linebacker.
But yeah, he is. So you want a guy right now to make the team.
But he plays downhill. This Kaiser White.
Well, he does. He attacks. He fills the holes.
How hard was I on Singleton? This guy's a complete opposite of Singleton.
I've never said this in the last decade about the Eagles linebacker core, but their entire linebacking core, because technically Hassan Reddick is a linebacker, right?
Yes.
You've got Kaiser White, TJ Edwards, and Hassan Reddick. That's a pretty.
They're good. They're serviceable. They're good. They're good. They definitely improved that.
CQ, I think the Eagles have depth.
If Jacoby Dean can
he
grow,
said that they didn't have depth because they lost.
I think
it was their 3s and 4s.
Yeah, you're right. So they got 85 guys on the roster, and listen, they're doing these kids a service because if they get cut, they want someone else to pick them up on the active squad or practice squad, and they're getting on tape. So that's a good thing.
You know who I love? Reed Blankenship.
Yes,
I like
Reed Blankenship stepped up last night, hit a Dolphin, and he went, woo!
Yeah.
I was like,
I didn't mind that from him last night as like Singleton. He would make a tackle 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage and then jump up like he just stuffed somebody in a goal line. I couldn't stand it.
I know. I just listen. They don't hit during practice. So they finally get to hit somebody with another jersey on. So it's exciting.
So let me ask you about this, Q, because I know Pete has the exact same concerns.
If they can catch them,
they're doing.
Hit them if they can.
They're
catch them.
slowly doing away with the preseason, right?
Yes.
I mean, I've read a couple articles where they want to do away with the whole preseason.
Well, exactly.
Right? I don't like that.
And I don't like it either. But in practice, they don't hit at all. They don't even put pads on. I went out to 2 practices, and it's great. It would be great to be a player now.
Right.
I mean, we're on the field hitting for 5 hours a day. You know, camp was
in the tub afterwards, right?
Yeah, in the tub, in the tub,
Can't
tub.
make the club in the tub.
Well, the tub, you're soaking in the tub. You can't even feel your hamstrings. But so these guys,
they don't hit in practice.
They don't hit at all. They can't wrap up. They don't wear pads anymore.
We had this conversation. I know Mike Gill. I don't know if he's.
There's a friend of mine in the golf business who says this line: "Perfect practice makes perfect."
That's right.
And Q has already said this today. If you don't practice tackling to the ground, how the hell are you going to tackle in a game? And when they get in these games, I think, to be honest, what's happened is week 1, week 2, that's like your preseason.
You're absolutely right.
You're starting to use those first 2 weeks to round into form, not the preseason.
Yeah, and he pointed out the Eagles' first 5 games, right? Their records or whatever. You can't afford to lose it to a Detroit or to a Minnesota.
You can't. And guess what's going to happen?
Because you didn't practice.
It's going to happen. And you're watching Hard Knocks. It's going to be the best. I love Hard Knocks. It's going to be the best prepared team early on in the year. Right. You got to steal some wins.
Right.
But you can't miss tackles.
Of course not. Game 2. That's the thing. I was disappointed. They missed too many tackles, and their blocking schemes. They just didn't.
Call me old fashioned. Get off my lawn. Whatever you want. Mike Gill used to give me a hard time because I was so staunchly against the end of the 4 preseason games.
Well, if he was sitting here, I don't want to speak for him, but if he was sitting here, he would say that the preseason games have been replaced by these joint practices, and that they are able to set up. They do tackle.
They do in the joint
practices. They do tackle because they're tackling the other team.
Yeah, they'll do a live goal line and they'll do a lot of nights. So did you see the fight? Speaking of the joint practice,
yes, and it allows them to set stuff up.
Yes,
so you're talking like the Bengals
guys. Yeah, it was Donaldson.
Like it used to be.
No, they
come on, man. You had some drag. How about the gangrene defense? That team, they were fighting. They were killing everybody.
Yeah, so I'll tell you a quick story. So when camping with the Eagles, my roommate Keith Newbart, he was a tight end. Right. He goes, Q, I'm gonna get in a fight with Reggie and goal line. I go, what? Right. I go, I'm gonna block.
You want to make a name
for
himself,
exactly. We're on goal line. He's a tight end. He goes, I'm gonna block down on Reggie. I go, you ain't doing that.
Oh
sure enough, he blocks down on Reggie, and Reggie grabbed his helmet, and they started fall out brawl. It was great.
Guys would do that.
It was great.
Noticed,
right? Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, we did that. It was once a practice. People were brawling.
Man. I'm concerned. You can't afford Pete. Give me what were the records for the teams?
Yeah, you had the Lions. Their first 4 opponents at the Lions, 3-13-1. Home on Monday Night Football with the Vikings, 8-9. Okay. At the Commanders, that's our Philly sports trip. The Commanders are 7-10, and then home versus the Jaguars, 3-14. So all their first 4 opponents have losing records.
You can't come out slow. No, you can't come out scheming, like not hitting, laying some wood.
Yeah, so they're going to both be prepared mentally, but if you don't come out, if you're not physically ready to tackle and block, and be these teams can sneak up on you.
You go down. You've been down to like 3 or 4 practices now, right?
Yes.
Do they do a lot of running,
conditioning?
No,
because you're meant to be
already in shape.
In shape. Yeah, you're a professional. They say you should come into camp in shape.
But you know how you feel in your fourth quarter with your legs.
You're never in game shape.
You aren't?
No, like game shape. You got to get ready to be in game shape.
These guys should be now.
Yeah, I know, but
gets in game shape is games.
Yeah, but games exactly. So
that's my argument.
There's a different thing. Like you can be prepared, like run and do all your up down.
Teams are prepared on game 1.
God, geez, you're going back to
coach.
Well, guess what? He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
right.
He'd have him on the field
but we're not going back to that.
Yeah. It's a different world.
Played with their arm hanging
It's a new CBA agreement, collective bargaining agreement, PT.
So let me ask you this question, guys. I saw that Devon Allen is
the speedster,
and Josh was giving me a hard time.
You're talking in the Browns game.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he's a former Olympic hurdler.
Right, yes.
He's still not going to make the team. They might try to sneak him through to the practice squad.
Get him on speed kills, right?
Speed kills, because if you have a guy that can threaten the zone and they take the top off, they say, of the zone, you got to have a safety over the top. It opens up your running game.
Jalen
It opens up your tight end.
Hey, Q, I know Jalen Reagor was a first-round pick, but guess what?
He also can return punts.
And he sucked at it. He fumbled.
Yeah,
he had like 6 yards of an average
Right now, he's your guy to return punts.
Listen, right now,
somebody.
PT, he's kind of disappointed. Like,
oh, sure. The key words are right now.
You know what I would do, Pete? Q, I'd send it back. Put this young guy.
You don't think Howie's not out there looking for something?
Well, he's looking, but you got money invested in him. He's a first rounder.
My man Allen's going to get cut. He's going to get cut.
Who's going to get cut?
Allen.
Devon Allen. Of course he's going to get cut. He's the fourth string receiver at that position.
You see that tackle he made on the
So right now the team is decided. There's right now they're arguing right over about 4 to 6 positions on the 53-man roster. Do I keep an extra tight end? Do I keep an extra linebacker?
Here's another one we didn't talk about at quarterback. Did you see Sinnett? Right. He was terrible last night. They might only keep 2 quarterbacks to start with. Hurts
2 on the
Minshew.
roster and then 1 on the practice squad.
Like almost like Allen Wright, little Vince Papale-esque. Get a guy like that. The sport doesn't that add something value to the team?
Yeah,
when you get a guy that's not supposed to make the team,
it does.
And then he goes down and make a tackle on a kickoff, makes a fumble.
Yeah,
Rager's not going to do that for you.
I know.
Is Rager going to do that for you?
No.
But I mean, listen, Billy. Let me read off the receivers, and you tell me who Devon Allen's making the team over. AJ Brown.
No.
Devontae Smith.
No.
Quez Watkins.
No.
Pascal.
No.
Rager.
Yes.
No, he's not making
over Rager.
They got Rager's value.
He got too much money. He
sucks.
I know, but you can't. It's a political move. You can't.
Rager stinks.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So you guys play around with your
There's
contract.
a possibility. What about? Did you like Deion Kane? So they're hoping to sneak him through.
So he's got to clear waivers, and then you put him on the practice squad.
Yeah.
And hope no one picks him up.
The way to get guys to the practice squad is much more difficult now than how it used to be.
And you can keep up to 15.
Just because he was the number 1 pick, he's making money. Can't we move him? Get rid of him. I don't want Rager on my team.
To look and cut a guy like that is just it's tough. It's an ego thing.
This is what like recruiters when you're getting recruited in college. If they recruit you, you're a highly recruited college.
Could have gone anywhere I wanted.
And if you come out and stink, they're gonna look at you. They're
gonna
give you 5 more tries instead of some walk on. That's knocking everybody's head off.
Absolutely,
and that's not right.
Well, that's just your creed.
Because
I was a 5-star coming in, and then of course, but that's just the way life is, right?
Well,
that's just the way life is.
That's why we have.
It's a pedigree. A pedigree. Wow. It's all called pedigree.
Right? Is that what it is?
Right? It's a pedigree.
Sure, that works. Sounds like we're talking about like husbandry or pedigree.
Pedigree.
So if they only keep 2, that's Hurts and Minshew at quarterback. And then running backs, Sanders, Scott, and Gainwell will be the 3. Receivers, some people have had as many as 7. Receivers would be Brown, Smith, Watkins, Pascal.
Well, then who plays on special teams? That's right now they're arguing the special team coordinator is like, okay, I want a receiver, I want an extra linebacker, and that's
maybe
where they're fighting.
Receiver because he can return punts.
Return punts.
He can be on kickoffs. Allen can be the outside guy.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
And remember, you tend to keep the guys that you drafted. So, like for example, Grant Calcaterra.
So that's a big thing.
Grant Calcaterra probably made the team last night because A, he was a 6th-round draft pick, and B, that's the first big look they got at him.
Yeah.
And he looked good last night.
And how when he's sitting there, he's like, I drafted him internally.
Right.
You cut your own guy, it doesn't look good.
Right. It
doesn't look good.
So it's
doesn't look good.
So they'd rather go with Stinky instead of
correct.
Right.
And
that's wrong.
Yeah.
I know. All your pride,
Stinky.
Gonna call up Jalen Rager's mom,
Stinky
family, and let them know that you're ripping their kid.
You're stinky.
Listen,
he's stinky. We gotta get rid of him.
As hard as I was on Singleton, if Rager makes this team and the first time he messes up, I'm going to be all over him. White on rice.
All right.
Second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. Lots of new renovations there, PT, and I know I can't wait to get back there. They got a new outdoor patio overlooking the first tee. They got fire pits.
Yeah,
like
fire
September,
pits. I love playing golf in the fall.
Yeah, man. And then they have a new sound system. They're working on a big outside deck with a view of the 18th green for entertainment and weddings. Of course, they got the new pro shop with new apparel lines from Fairway and Green, Stitch, Johnny O, and Doc Murphy. Of course, their specialties, they do weddings, okay? And they got that award-winning culinary and banquet staff. They customize your menus. They seat up to 275 people. They're accepting social memberships now starting at $25 a month. Check it out. Go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Somers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. When you get down there, say hello to Radio Ron Ralston. He gave my nephew some tips on golfing.
Did he?
They started hitting the ball straight down a fairway.
They're going to beat you.
Not to play, not to start, not to play. Play.
Right, here's a tip. Don't pick up the clubs.
Don't pick up the clubs.
My winter watchdog.
Arr, 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 arr.
Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service that I've been talking about all summer long? My winter watchdog. Well, now's the time to act. You know those worrisome thoughts that creep into your mind every time you hear of a storm coming and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house, hours of time on the road, or if you're in Florida, you're away for the winter. Let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869. Or send Debbie an email, Debbie@mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more Eagles talk here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, Brad Quast, 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show,
609-403-0973 is the text board if you want to chime in. We're talking Eagles football, and we're talking about the roster, who's going to make it, who's going to get cut.
Getting a lot of good texts, by the way. Thanks to Steve from Ventnor who had texted in. He was the one that texted earlier about the Phillies lineup, which was nice. Appreciate Steve listening. Dan from EHT, of course, texted back and forth. Dan was lobbying lobbying for an Eagles fight song. I said, week one. Week
one? Okay.
We're gonna play that real respectable.
All right. It's way too early for that.
Certainly not off a preseason loss last night. I mean,
I'll say this.
Billy, do you know, by the way, and I saw this, I love Boop, you know my guy, Bob Vitrone Jr.
Yes.
Most points allowed by Eagles in a preseason game. The most points, they lost 56-28 to the Baltimore Colts in 1962 at Hershey. They gave up 52.
My dad might have been playing that game.
Probably. They gave up 52 to the Vikings. They gave up 49 to the Lions in a preseason game.
You know what?
And then 48 to the Dolphins.
Literally, they're no starters are playing. So
cute. Your dad played NFL?
Yeah, he played. Played with Johnny Unitas. Yeah, played at Memphis.
The ball doesn't fall too far from the tree,
Did he play with Art Donovan?
He did actually. Yeah. So he played at Memphis State. He's in the Hall of Fame down at Memphis State.
Okay.
Played for Spook Murphy down there, and then he played with Don Shula with the Colts. And then Bud Grant in the Canadian League. Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Bud Grant's still going, man.
Yeah, some great.
I got an Art Donovan story for you.
Okay, I like Art Donovan.
Used to stay at the Portico at Ocean City.
Portico, yeah.
And I used to be in the fall. I was their pool guard.
The pool guy, the pool boy.
I went for the beach. I went for the Longport Beach Patrol. And then I go over to in the fall. I'd sit at the pool. And Art Donovan would come for 2 weeks in September, and I had a relationship with him. He was a funny guy.
He's a funny guy.
He was a funny guy, man, and he was great.
Yeah.
I used to sit and have lunch with him.
Yeah, he tells stories. He's a storyteller. Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Listen to my father talking about World War II. It was equivalent to that.
Passed in 2013, but a friend of mine had gotten married in Baltimore, and it was at this golf course, or at least I thought it was a golf course. It was the Valley Country Club. Okay. And so I get out there, I see this clubhouse and tennis courts and snack bar and pool and a golf course. That's it. It's basically a country club with no golf course.
That's right. Just to sit around and drink.
But nobody had told me that was the guy that had founded this thing. So I get in there, they got married outside, then we went inside, blah, blah, blah. And I go into the bar, and there's this huge oil painting of this guy, and I'm like, I said to the bartender, "Is that Art Donovan?" And he goes, "Yeah." And
he's the founding member, right?
He says, "This is his club." And then I looked at the guy up on the thing, and I looked down, and I go, "Are you a Donovan?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm his son." And I go, "Wow, that makes a lot of sense."
You know what? One thing, and I'm sure you missed this, Q.
What's that?
It's the camaraderie and the stories that you have that last a lifetime.
But nothing
that Reggie White story you just told.
Yeah, I bring out we'll say outsiders into it at either a golf outing or go back to an Iowa function.
Right.
And my sons or whatever.
You can walk on water out in Iowa, can't you?
Yeah. I just wish I was playing now with this NIL deal. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. But
she was like, I want to kill him.
I want to be back.
Lace him up, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, he already got free chicken wings, but he wanted to get paid.
I want to be paid. Yeah. But no, it's just they marvel at the camaraderie and the stories and the people and it's fun and you get tied into it and it's like. And where's it go?
Of course, when you win,
that
bonds you like Red Fred.
Well, if you
win tonight, walk together forever. How true is that?
If you win a championship, a Big Ten championship, or a Super Bowl, I mean, it's legendary, legendary.
Because those. All right, let's talk a little bit real quick. We got about a few minutes before we get to Chuck Thompson. But the running backs will be Miles Sanders. But are you worried about Miles Sanders?
No, not at all.
Yeah, but soft tissue like the hamstring, that's a hard that doesn't heal that quick.
No, so hold on. So you know what that is because the NFL requires you to when you're not playing, you have to list something.
Right.
Got to list something.
Right.
So
if they had a game today, he'd be playing.
You guys are sure of that?
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure of that. It's a league rule.
That makes two of them.
It's a league rule.
I know you pulled a hamstring. I'm sure.
They
don't come back.
I pulled a hamstring where it rips and it's bleeding.
Right.
And they're brutal. I mean, when you rip it, it could be a 4 to 8 week thing. So
what do you mean? It's something that doesn't go away.
well, I mean PT agree that I think it's just a list. Okay, so rest assured he's fine.
And we know that Boston Scott and Kenny Gainwell are fine because we saw the Browns game where it was all Boston Scott and Kenny Gainwell early and often. By the way, Jason Huntley with a long touchdown last night. Too bad, Jason. I don't think that's going to get you on the team.
You don't think?
No. I mean, maybe he's on the practice squad, but I don't think they're going to put him on the 53.
I know it's preseason, but Gardner Minshew 3 for 4 didn't really. I mean, 43 yards or something like that. I mean,
you're picking on the wrong quarterback. The quarterback you need to be worried about is Sinnett, right? I don't think Sinnett.
They're just going to go with 2.
That's my point. So then what are you worried about Gardner Minshew for? You don't even want him in the game.
So they go with 2, and then they have the one activated. The rest. But the problem is, you got clear waivers, and then they put you on the practice squad. They don't want these guys to be picked up. Right. That's the problem.
I mean, here's the people on the bubble watch to me. Sinnett was one of them. Jason Huntley was one of them. Calcaterra, Reed Blankenship, and Devin Allen, right? That's your guy, Billy. Okay. Of all those guys, Huntley had a 67-yard touchdown run. That was the bright spot. Okay. He finally bounced one out, but there's 3 backs ahead of him. I mean, he's got a case, but I don't see him on there. Right. Calcaterra, I think, will get on there because he's a 6th-round draft pick.
Yep.
And his only problem is in the blocking game. He can catch the football, no problem. Last night, he had a whiff. He had a holding penalty in the red zone. Blanket.
If you can't block, you're in trouble.
You can't block, you're in big-time trouble.
Real quick.
Yeah.
5 linebackers. T.J. Edwards, Kazir White, N'Kobe Dean, Davion Taylor, and Sean Bradley.
See, now there's Davion Taylor, right, who struggled, but you have it listed in your picks. You've got 5 linebackers.
Yeah.
So no, they'll keep 6.
They'll keep 6.
They'll keep all three deep. They'll keep all the Sams, all the Mikes, all the Wills.
Well, they might keep 8. Reddick, Johnson. Don't forget the 2 Johnsons, Patrick Johnson and Kyron Johnson, right? So
you think they'll make the team?
Who? The Johnson boys?
Yeah.
I mean, the second of the Johnsons isn't a lock, but he is a 6th.
No,
again,
I think
he's a 6th-round pick, and he's a special teams player.
Yeah,
if you play
you're
special
right.
teams, you tend to make the team.
Exactly, you have to. They'll keep 3 deep in each of the Sam, Mike, and Will positions. So that's 6 linebackers. They'll keep 6.
Right. Well, that'd be 9 actually if you have 3.
Well,
right.
3
in each.
3 in each.
I think it's like Jacoby Stevens and Christian Ellis would be the 2 guys I think would be out of linebacker.
All right. Second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. I'm talking about their renovations. You got to get down there. They have a new outdoor patio overlooking the first tee with fire pits. That's going to be really fun in September. They have a new sound system. They're working on a big outside deck with a view of the 18th green for entertainment. Also, the golfers are coming up, Pete, the 18th green.
It's wonderful how they've done it. They're all going
to be under pressure because everybody's going to be watching.
That's great. That's the way it should be.
Of course, weddings can be held out there. And that's one thing that Great Bay does really well. They put on weddings, okay? They have that award-winning culinary staff and banquet staff. They customize the menus. They seat up to 275 people. And, of course, they're accepting social memberships now starting at $25 a month. For more information, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Somers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the main line located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan of the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy of being called a Maserati. Maserati, the mainline, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the mainline, offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at RDS Auto Group at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online at motml.com. When we return, we'll talk with Chuck Thompson from yesterday's. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, and Brad Quast on 97.3 ESPN.
Better than that first cup of coffee in the morning. It's Keyshawn, J. Will,
all day and play all night. Play with friends. Play the hits. Play nonstop. And always play to win. Atlantic City is your playground. So let us entertain you. Visit AtlanticCityNJ.com to press play and win big.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're salivating for Eagles football, and it's getting closer and closer. We're about, 2 weeks out?
2 weeks, yeah. The opening Thursday night, right?
Yeah. So I was down at yesterday's last night. It's a great crowd. They got great TVs.
Okay.
There's not a bad seat in the house. You wherever you sit, you're gonna see a big TV right.
Our pregame show is going to be great down there.
Our Eagles pregame.
Pregame.
Well, the pregame to the pregame.
The pregame of the pregame.
And listen, you can tell when a place drops money into it, and they've spent money on this.
It's going to be the place to be.
Yes, it will.
It's just going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of stuff going. So I was there last night. I spoke with the general manager of the of yesterday's Creekside Tavern. So let's go to the Maserati, the main line sports hotline, and welcome in the manager himself, Chuck Thompson. What are you doing, Chuck?
Hello, Chuck. Good morning.
So, guys, what's up? Good morning.
Chuck, we're in a 3-point stand, and we're ready. Like, we are salivating. We're ready to go for Eagles football. But more importantly, we are so excited to be broadcasting our Eagles pregame show from 10 a.m. to 12 noon for all the 1 o'clock games down at yesterday's. We can't wait to get there.
Yeah, we're pumped up. We're dialed in. We got plenty of game day specials to roll out. We've partnered up with Miller Lite, $3 drafts. Anytime football's on TV this season, $3 Miller Lite drafts, $8 Miller Lite pitchers. Chefs put together a special menu for game days. It's going to be a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, and we were looking at the first couple games that Pete Thompson was giving us the records of the first, 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, they're all bad, Chuck.
And,
we'll have a lot to celebrate.
So we're going to be like, the crowd's going to be pumped up, especially for the first couple games. But then when the wins start piling up, it's just going to build and build.
Eagles fans, I had a customer tell me the other day if the Eagles aren't 4-0 to start the season, they need to fire the coach. So,
oh boy,
people are definitely geared up.
or 5-0. I mean, if you look at their first 5 games, at the Lions, home with the Vikings, at the Commanders, home with the Jaguars, and at the Cardinals, there's a potential they could go 5-0. I mean, depending on how the Cardinals come out, but definitely 4-0. You'd think with those records. Hey, Chuck, tell me about Dr. Tim Fox and what he's meant to the new yesterdays.
So it's not just yesterday's, guys. It's the Blue Dog Hospitality Company that we formed. He purchased the Deauville Inn in the fall of 2019 and really taken that venue to the next level. And as of 6 months ago, we purchased yesterday's and did a total facelift. And it's, he's employing tons of people in the community and really giving people not just a job, but a career. It's been amazing to watch. And this isn't the last project, more news to come on that.
And of course, Boone and Johnny A were down there last night, and Ronnie Rowe and Eddie B. The people know the bartenders. It's like they walk into like Cheers, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
like
a fan-set atmosphere. See the bartenders, see the people, and I think that's great. I am so psyched for us to be down there. What are some of the other things that we're going to be doing? I know the cheerleaders going to be down there. The Eagles cheerleaders on the second week or the second home game, the 1 o'clock game.
Yeah, we got tons of stuff lined up. We got giveaways. We got tickets we're going to give away to the home games. Every week we're going to do different specials for each quarter of the game. I'm going to have a drink wheel. We're going to be interactive. You guys will be up there getting the party going.
We're going to be giving away. So at the end of the show, we're going to pull out names out of the hat, and they'll get reserved seats at the bar for the next broadcast.
Oh, there you go.
All right,
yeah,
okay.
A lot of fun.
Hey,
In
Chuck.
fact, we're going there after this. Me and Billy are going there for
there
lunch.
You go.
Chuck, I'm coming down for lunch.
Okay. All right. The message has been sent. Chuck, I want to ask you about the fact that the pandemic changed the paradigm of how the restaurant business was run. A lot of places that had never before had outside seating had to pivot to outside seating. In yesterday's case, that only grew and strengthened the yard. Tell our listeners about the yard at yesterday's.
The yard's just a cool place to hang out. We had live music out there last night. I had a 45-minute wait for tables, standing room only. It's right back. It's beautiful view of the marsh.
Yeah.
Snowville from out there, but it's just a cool place to hang out. Beautiful weather and the right atmosphere. And like you said, the pandemic has changed things. People don't always want to be inside anymore. So we have both options, and it's just a great place to hang out.
Well, not only that, the weather in September and October is beautiful at the Jersey Shore. You get the perfect temperature where it's not too hot, it's not too chilly. You get that bright sunshine, and I'm just super excited, Chuck. I wanted to get you on today. I was there last night. It was a great time. I got to see both the Phillies and Eagles games on every other TV. So it was just great. Good view, no matter where you sit.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm not sure the Eagles actually played last night. We're going to forget about that.
It's preseason. It's all good. It's all good.
Chuck, what's your the website?
It's yesterday's creeksidetavern.com.
Check out the menu there. All right, we're going to be at yesterday's September 11th, Sunday, September 11th for the Eagles Detroit pregame show at yesterday's Creekside Tavern. Chuck, I'm so excited, and we're ready to go.
Guys, we're pumped up. Bloodies with Billy and the boys.
That's it.
We're going to have a good time.
Should be fun. Geez, you better have a lot of chicken wings for me, Chuck.
Oh, there are all kinds of. I want to see you try the son of a guns, man, Brad Quast.
Okay.
They won the Wing War Award for the Can't Feel My Face Award.
Nice.
So I want to see. Can you do that hot, Quast?
I can do hot.
Son of a gun?
Yeah, I can do son of a gun.
I mean, you got your.
I'm shot.
You got your regular, but then there's a hot and smoky dry rub, a honey barbecue, a sweet chili, and an even keel. I'm probably even keel sounds
how
more
about
like
you ever
the
see
beef.
My taste buds are
Shaquille
shot.
O'Neal? There's a clip.
He tried like the really hot kind.
He can eat the hottest thing. Nothing bothers him. And somebody gave him a wing. It was so hot that he was like, wow, his eyes were all burning up.
Well,
you start sweating. Yeah.
Chuck, you can't do anything without the right chef, right? TJ Riccardi, your executive chef. I mean, he whips it all up for you, huh?
Yeah, Chef TJ is amazing. He oversees both venues, and he's put together a game day menu on top of our daily offerings. And something that I haven't got out there at all yet is we're going to do snow crab specials every Sunday from 4 o'clock.
Oh,
right after the Eagles game, and go right into snow crabs.
Nice.
And an approving groan comes from an approving murmur comes from the studio.
All right, Chuck, listen,
give us your we'll get everybody an Uber home.
That's it. That's what we need.
Chuck, give us your prediction for what you think the Eagles will do this year.
The record?
Yeah, give us your prediction on their record.
Wow, you put me on the spot. I'm going to go optimistically 12-5, and they win the NFC East.
Nice.
I like that.
Homer.
All right, Chuck. Chuck Thompson, the general manager of yesterday's, will be there each and every Sunday, all for the 1 o'clock games. I'm looking forward to it, Chuck, and we'll talk to you soon.
See you, Chuck.
All right, guys. Can't wait to see you.
All right, take care,
Go
Chuck.
Birds.
Yes, go Birds.
Chuck might see me today.
Yeah.
I might go down for lunch
I
today.
had to take my niece to the Philadelphia airport today.
Oh, do you?
My
Okay,
brother
all
from
right.
another mother. Yeah, I got a honeydew era.
So let me ask you this.
between now and first
So you
pitch
think
as well.
are you a Jersey guy? PT?
Absolutely. What do you mean?
Like wear a jersey during
Oh!
No, like a jersey guy.
No, I will not
okay.
wear a jersey.
Okay.
I have one.
Okay, you think Chuck is what do you think? No, you think he's a jersey guy? We should have asked him what kind of jersey.
He's still here.
Chuck,
Yeah,
Chuck,
you're still there, right?
Chuck,
Go ahead, Chuck.
Chuck, still there?
I'm still here. Absolutely. What's up?
What if you're a jersey guy? We're asking what number jersey would you wear? Like a player? Are you a jersey guy?
Absolutely. Either 99 or 20.
99.
All right.
Two great ones.
And by the way, my jersey is number 17 for Harold.
Well, I've never had
All
a
right,
jersey,
Chuck.
but if I were to have one,
Yeah.
I think I'd have number 7.
There you go, Jaws.
Jaws.
And
Okay.
we'll get him to sign it for you.
Hey, Chuck, what's the staff going to be wearing during this?
So actually have yesterday's Kelly Green T-shirts in production, and we'll be wearing jerseys as well.
Nice.
All
All right. Looking forward to it.
All right,
Hey, it's a good thing I didn't dump the guest.
All right, Chuck, thanks for
All right,
having
Chuck.
on. We'll talk to you
Chuck, you're the best.
Next time.
We'll talk to you, brother.
So,
All right,
Jerome
gang.
Brown.
See you soon.
Hey, buddy.
Chuck Thompson on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline.
We're gonna have a blast.
Oh, man,
Too
I'm
funny.
pumped.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
I'm pumped.
I got to go down and
Well,
check the
going
wing.
to make it more fun when the Eagles win.
Well, the wings and just to get the crowd into it. Yeah,
We're going to be singing. Talk about who wanted who.
Are you going to do the fight song?
Dan from EHT wanted the fight song. We're going to do it when we get there.
I promise you this: we will open with that song.
Yeah.
On our,
Are you,
Oh,
are you good? Are you good at the Eagles fight song?
1,000%.
Yeah.
What, to sing it or to know the words?
So, huh?
Of course
I
I know
bet
all
you
the
doesn't
words.
know the words.
What are you talking about?
No, him.
Quast?
No, sing the fight song. Who you think I fun the psych song? Eagles, like, come
Psych
on,
song.
fight song.
You don't know it, do you?
I had to sing my song at
Iowa.
The Iowa
well, you
song,
stand up on the
right.
chair and you got to sing the.
By the way,
they
right?
hear
He had a little like mispronunciation there. Last night on the post game show,
Right.
Taryn Hatcher created a new pitch.
What?
She was trying to say slider and cutter, and guess what came out of her mouth?
What?
No idea.
Yeah, Kyle Gibson with that slutter.
Oops.
I was like, wow. But she laughed it off and just kept going.
Yeah.
All
right. Go ahead.
Second hour of the Locker Room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. For more information on how to book a wedding, become a social member, or go down and just say hello to Radio Ron Ralston, go to greatbay.com or give a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. By the way, guys, there is another Jersey Man event coming up.
Yeah, when is it? I've been trying to put it on my phone.
30th.
Okay.
Up there in Philly.
Fine.
All right.
Fine.
Just about everybody has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia.
August 30th or September 30th?
I mean, August 30th.
Okay, very good.
But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and sees a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, and Brad Quast on 97.3 ESPN.
This weekend on ESPN Radio.
That's a 3-run home run.
new and pre-owned. New Mitsubishis from just $17,000.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Every vehicle, one dime down.
At the all-new Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
In Pleasantville, they service all makes and models.
Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com. Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com.
New 22 Mirage, 16.4, dine down, $249 a month for 72 months at 3% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, boys. End of the show.
Quick.
Let's wrap it up. We got I want your thoughts on Jordan Davis. Remember we saw him at the Maxwell?
Man, he was a man.
He's a man.
He's a man. He's a man.
Carlin went up to Cleveland. He was up there on assignment last week, and he stood next to him. And he saw him at the Maxwell. But
Yeah.
Beauty. He even looks more impressive.
Yeah, in pass. I saw him on the sidelines when I went to my thing. And
Right?
he's
so cute.
He's huge.
You know, as playing linebacker, if you get a guy like that big who blows up the offensive line, they got to put two helmets on him. That just opens it up for the linebacker.
He makes my job a heck of a lot
Right?
easier. Yeah. You got to stay on him more.
So the linebackers get to fill the gaps easier.
Yeah,
Right?
it's just that the guard or the reach block, they're staying on that him a lot longer, where you're able to free up that extra step and make plays.
Carlin said he also said that the play of Nakobe Dean was very impressive for a rookie, but comes out of Georgia, the SEC.
Well, they're prepared. They're playing pro guys every Saturday, and the coach Kirby runs it like a pro team, and you're practicing with guys that are going to be playing on Sundays.
Right.
It helps.
So I mean, I think the defense made the most improvement. I think the offense with obviously now they bring in AJ Brown.
That helps,
and that really helps. Devontae Smith is going to be 1 year into his second. He's going to be into his second year, which experience is a lot, right? It means a lot in the NFL. The more experience you get, he put on some weight. Apparently, he hasn't lost a step. As far as obviously, he's still a young guy, but I mean,
now he knows how to be a pro.
Right.
Yeah, it's just it only
last year
helps.
was a learning experience. He's going to get more time with Jalen Hurts to gel. You rolling your eyes? I mean,
no, I told you I was going to give you the Phillies lineup, and all you're doing is talking about the Eagles. So I'm waiting for when you are finished speaking about the Eagles, and then I'll talk about the
Do you have a
Phillies.
clock in front of you?
Yeah.
So we got about what?
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
AJ
Brown's going to make it.
I'll come to you 2 more minutes. Peter,
Okay, you just keep on going.
People love the Eagles. They love the Phillies.
Fine.
But we're finishing up. We're putting the cherry on the top of the
Yes.
show.
You just go crazy, buddy. It's
You
your
go
show.
crazy. Go Birds.
No, but don't you think the Eagles defense made the most improvement?
They
the
made a good
offense was always
improvement.
if they could stay healthy, the offensive line. And you told me several times that that's where you win the games up front.
You do.
On both sides of the ball.
Yep, both. So defensively, they improved on the D line. Offensive
Linebackers.
line is still good. And then with AJ Brown, I love what they did with AJ because it's going to open things up.
Yeah, center.
So and plus, like PT went through the schedule, the Eagles schedule.
Yeah,
they have a nice first opening 5 weeks.
Right.
So
all right.
And part of the reason I wanted to talk about the Phillies
Hold on,
lineup.
let me go. Ready?
Hold on.
PT. Tell us who's starting for the Phillies today.
It was the Phillies.
Castellanos has moved up to the 2 hole, and they're playing Alec Boehm at first base today. So those are the two significant things.
Okay.
You got Schwarber in left leading off, Castellanos in right. Alec Boehm is at first, which means they're giving Hoskins a break and getting him off his feet. Harper is in the DH spot. Real Muto catching is 5th. Segura 6. So Segura moves from 8 to 6. Stott, shortstop. Veerling is in center. He's in the 7 spot. And Edmundo Sosa will come in at 3rd, and he's batting 9th. Noah Syndergaard is your pitcher. A couple of things on Noah Syndergaard. There's been just 1 stolen base attempted against him in his last 3 starts. His prior 16 starts, they were running all over him. They were 27-28 with 9 games of multiple steals. So obviously, he's been working on keeping runners close if they get on. Plus, the Phillies have a chance today, guys, to complete the 5th sweep in their last 12 series. The Brooms have been good to the Phillies. Let's see them bust them out again today. 135 start.
Under over 41K fans. Under over for fans.
I think
41K.
No, I think under.
Under PT.
I think over.
I think I'm going over 41K.
And I think the number will, even if it's 41,001, I think the number is going to start with 40 or 41.
Okay.
Correct yourself. Syndergaard is 3-0, not 4-0.
Oh yeah, that one of the games was a no decision. So in my haste to get that information on the air,
to be accurate, I just
gotta be accurate here.
The
locker room is full.
Yeah, no, when I make a mistake, I get ridiculed.
You get oh my gosh, huh?
I just wanted to.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Nobody makes fun of you on this show.
Susan's going to yell at him if he continues to do this.
Billy, next game, next home series, let's get some denim coveralls and go sit in 302.
Why not?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I had some Oshkosh when I
and
grew up.
There's no Oshkosh.
I look like Jason.
They'll show us on TV and they'll be like, "There's an Oompa Loompa and a fat guy."
What's going on with that? Oshkosh overalls. We did that in the Midwest.
They don't make adult clothes, do they?
Yeah, they do. Absolutely.
Oshkosh.
What do you think the farmers actually wear?
Oshkosh, yeah. I had them. I had a few pairs, baby.
I had boondockers when I was a kid.
Billy, you want a high school score?
Yeah, give me one.
Yeah.
Millville football
All right.
is up 21-3 over Thomas Jefferson.
Nice.
Okay. Millville was always
Big
tough.
95-yard touchdown from Zamat to Brooks. So
They were always good.
Don't forget about that battle at the beach going on over there. At,
Did the
Cary
prep,
Stadium.
St. Augie's preps start playing yet?
I think they played last night.
Yo,
I think
what
they
was
were
the
in a
score?
late game last night.
4 busloads of football players coming into Ocean City.
Nice. That's fun.
All right.
St.
Great
Augustine
show,
played the
guys.
4:30 game. Yeah, you got
Great.
Holy Spirit, Cherokee, Cedar Creek's at 5.
Great show, guys. Thank you, Q.
Thank you.
As always, thank you, Pete. Want to thank Tommy Greene. Great segment with him. We love hearing from Tommy Greene. Thanks to Chuck Thompson, the general manager down at Yesterday's. Thanks for making Locker Room part of your Sunday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Have a great week. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. And we'll see you next week in the Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
We get it. You're not going to work just anywhere. You're smart, you're ambitious, and you want to help others. You want a place where you can thrive, feel fulfilled, and have an opportunity for growth, all while making an incredible living. Right now is the perfect time to join the team at Town Square Media as a marketing consultant. Join one of the fastest growing digital companies in America, where you get to help build client solutions with real local influencers and sell brands like TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. If this sounds exciting to you, let's have a conversation. Our comp package